When I was little, my dad used to take me fishing here and we would catch trout. I didn't realize it then, but it created a connection to the lake and the water, and it is actually ingrained in my DNA and my identity of who I am, because we are the Agaiadakutta people, the trout eater people.
When I was a little girl here on the reservation, we used to have an annual roundup where all of the Cattlemen's Association, and we went to the lake pasture is what we called it. At that time, there was water everywhere. There was grass, there was livestock. Today, you go out to that area and there's bare ground. There's no water.
We've seen significant drawdown in groundwater levels in our region. We've seen the decimation of an ecosystem at Walker Lake. The only thing left is the ultimate consequences of a depleted water supply on our agricultural communities, and that's what the Conservancy is here to avoid and to mitigate long term.
Pictures. I have thousands of pictures on my computer of sunrises, sunsets, people enjoying the lake, kayaking, swimming. Campers would be 3 deep, and we'd have volleyball games out in the water. It was memories that will never go away.
When we lost our fish, the impact to Mineral County and Hawthorne and Walker Lake was quite dramatic. The fish were gone, the migratory bird patterns changed, the bug populations exploded and became unbalanced. Economically, there's just no activity out here. People generally started saying things like, well, the lake is dead or the lake is dying. And so the general mood had changed. It's depressing. It's depressing economically, it's depressing emotionally.
Essentially, it was a loss of our identity, a loss of our culture, a loss of our heritage, and a loss of our traditions.
My family came here in the late 1800s. I got lots of blisters and lots of calluses. I worked hard to turn this place around. We raised some hay, we run some cows, and we try to make ends meet. As we get warmer, you end up saying, this isn't worth it. We got to take our water and we got to put it on our best ground.
The Conservancy works with farmers and ranchers in California and Nevada's Walker River Basin to increase the flows of the Walker River and restore a fishery at Walker Lake. To date, we've worked with 156 farmers and ranchers on permanent and temporary water transactions. We've restored over 5,000 acres of former primarily hay and alfalfa fields. We grow native plants. We do on-the-ground ecological restoration and riparian restoration.
We seem to get drier and we seem to get hotter. It's this financial and emotional roller coaster, and thank God for the Conservancy. It was somewhat of an emotional decision, but more or less a business decision. We have a very diverse population of wildlife here. One of the things that I'm excited about with my relationship with the Conservancy is that we're going to maintain that wildlife here.
I wish I had an easier, softer answer than the fact that we've got to reduce our irrigated footprint if we want to have groundwater in future generations or a Walker River that doesn't run bone dry as it reaches the Walker River Reservation. But that's the hard truth here.
The Walker Basin Conservancy has a very interesting mission, and that mission is to, of course, get water rights and water to Walker Lake, but it also has a mission to sustain agriculture.
So there are, farms that we bought where the young people just want out, and the older generation sees that we provide opportunity for that. But then there's also a good subset of people that want to stay and they want to, be successful. And we also provide an opportunity for that. They're businessmen, farmers and ranchers. They are trying to find what works best for them. And sometimes that means, selling water to us, but other times it also means that they can find ways that, like, maybe selling a little bit of water, they understand, what's best financially for them.
When we're working with a grower, it's really in their hands as to what they want to see long term. And we come with the resources to plan native plant revegetation if they want. We can help with, dryland pasture, forage, but it really is in the hands of local landowners.
This was in alfalfa for decades and decades and decades, prior to our purchasing it. That long history of disturbance, of continually plowing up the ground, adding fertilizers. Alfalfa is a nitrogen fixing crop too, so you're adding nitrogen to the soil. You're changing both the structure and a lot of the chemical components of the soil. Native species are the building blocks of all the habitat that you see out here. They provide shelter, they provide thermal refuge, they provide food, forage for all our native species. This is a system that was formed by the river being able to move throughout this whole valley bottom, and that's a sign of a healthy river when that's happening.
Out here in the desert, wetlands and riparian areas are some of our most scarce and yet precious ecosystems. We're standing here today on the Mason Valley Wildlife Management Area. It was formerly the Miller Lux Cattle Company, which was conveyed over to the Nevada Department of Wildlife. It's open to the public 7 days a week. The community can come out here and enjoy camping, hunting, fishing, bird watching. You can observe canvasbacks, cinnamon teal, mallards, pintails, widgeons, wild turkeys, ringnecks, ruddies. There's all kinds of deer, coyotes. It's a wonderful place to be.
These were all former production ranches for hay and alfalfa cattle operations dating back all the way to the gold rush eras of the late 1800s. Unless you were friends with one of the ranches that owned these, you did not have access. Walker River State Recreation Area was actually acquired by Walker Basin Conservancy, who a couple governors ago gifted those East State parks. We have people that want to come out and utilize the nature trails, the bird watching, the angling on the river rafting, the campgrounds, the cabins. I am starting to see more folks on the river, which I think is an absolutely great thing. In order for this watershed to thrive, a lot of folks are going to have to come together and collaborate on the solution. The problems with the Walker River, the low water flows, didn't occur overnight, and they won't be repaired overnight. But it's a great opportunity for recreation and agriculture and tribal communities and all of the users of the river to come together.
How can we provide a world that has that recreation and have a safe and abundant food supply? Some will say you can't have both. I strongly believe you can, but people have to work together. And sometimes that means that not everybody's going to get their way, but if everybody can move to that middle point and find that collaborative approach, that will bring us to a sustainable future.
We had to break down those barriers with each other and create good relationships to actually look ahead to see what's really important to us in our world and our identities. With Walker Basin Conservancy, we've established really good partnerships with them as well, and they support us, we support them. I think if Walker Lake was restored, it would not only signify a revitalization of our identity and our culture, but it would ensure the continuity of the Agaidakata people.